This is Njambiz and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to edit. Basic lesson, of course, beginner's lesson. How to edit a video with Filmora. This is Filmora right here. I'm going to show you how to edit a video. So this is for your content creators, the digital marketers, actually for anyone. Pretty much everyone can use this. Even for your Instagram and Facebook videos, you can use this. So it can be for personal use or anything. So I'm going to show you how to edit with Filmora. And just a disclaimer, I'm actually working offline because I've kind of used a crack on this. Don't snitch on me, please. I've kind of used a crack on this, and you can get the crack online. It's pretty easy. Just Google it. You can get the crack online. I got it online as well. If you don't have the means to pay for the monthly subscription, because if you do not pay for the monthly subscription, if you use a free trial, it will have a watermark, and no one wants to upload a video with a watermark. So those are your options. So Filmora is what I use to edit my videos. Right here, as you can see, I'm going to go for widescreen. You can use 1:1 ratio for Instagram square photos. You can use this for your stories, but 16:9 works very well for Instagram, Facebook, and the rest. Not for Instagram, sorry, for YouTube. For YouTube, the widescreen is perfect for YouTube because you'll have people watching you on smart TVs as well. So this works perfectly, though you can change this even after logging into the app. So go for full feature mode so that you can play around with it as much as possible. Alright, so like I said, I'm working on it offline, so hence the error. I'll remove this. So this is what you get when you log into Filmora, and the first thing you want to do, of course, is import the files you want to edit. That's the raw footage, raw video footage you want to edit. So I'll just do that right now. Get like 2 videos. I think those should be enough. You can upload as many as you need to edit, or even just one if you need to cut out bits and pieces from the one. So that's it. I've uploaded my 2 videos that I want to edit. I can import more videos from here if I need to add later on, and they can be both audio and video files. You don't need to just edit video, you can edit audio files. So I'll go ahead and add this to my timeline right here by clicking the add button right there at the center. So that's been added to my timeline, and I can start to edit. And before I begin that, I just want to show you a little bit of what you can do with this. For example, this timeline, if you have this video, is about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, and as you can see, my standard is the timeline, what do you call it, the timeline slots, no, the in-betweens are 1 minute. They're 1 minute apart. So if you want to make this longer or shorter, you can use this. For example, if you want to zoom to fit whatever video you have here to fit the whole timeline, you can click on this right here, and that's what it does. If you have a longer video and it doesn't fit the whole timeline, you have to keep scrolling to see the ends of it, and you want to reduce the timeline, you can come to this and zoom out. And you can also use this just to make the process a bit faster. So there, you can play around with that as you please. Okay, so let me try and restore it back to my 1 minute. Yeah, there we go. So here's my video. So that's one of the things you can do. So the first thing I do when I come to edit a video is, first of all, remove the background noise. So if you double click on it, it will bring you this window right here. If you click on audio and select remove background noise, now the background noise is usually like the white noise you hear. So the white noise is usually like what the microphone picks from your background. For example, there's a white noise sometimes. You can remove that by ticking remove background noise right here. And if you edit your while you record your video and while editing you realize that the volume is a bit low, you can always add some volume up here. This I have learned the hard way. If you have been on this channel from the beginning, if you've been following from the beginning, you realize my initial videos didn't have very loud, good audio. So I hadn't learned this yet. And you can also play with the volume mixer here and add your video volume right here, and even the full master complete volume here. So you can come and do that here. If you have background music you want to add or reduce, you can do that here as well. So you can play around with this and see what it does for your sound. And as you continue to edit, always save, especially if you're using a desktop and you lose power. If you don't want to lose your progress, save the file as you edit, as you go along. I will not save because this is mainly for training purposes. I will not be editing the video. So again, when you come here, audio, you can play around with the audio. You have your volume, remove the background noise. You can play around with this and see what it does. Then you have your video. You can change up the brightness, contrast, and so on. I usually don't do this. As you can see, it's becoming brighter. You see the preview on the right here, top right. You can play around with this. I usually don't edit the video from the raw footage. I leave it as is, lighting and all. The only thing I always edit or at least add is volume. Alright, so you can play around with the video edit also here, and you can speed up or slow down your video from here. For example, let me slow it down. I need to put a frame where you can see both me and Kieran. Okay, watch this. It's super slow, as you can see. I'm sure you've seen that in a lot of videos, so if you want to do that in yours, that's how you do it. You can also speed it up. For example, and that's how you speed it up, or you can leave it as is. So I'll leave this as it was, normal speed. And okay, so I won't go into the advanced settings because, like I said, this is a basic overview of how to edit with Filmora. So again, if you want to, before I go to the actual editing, if you realize, oh, this frame looks pretty and you want to use this as a thumbnail, you can capture, do a screenshot right there. Here it is, and you can right click on this to find the target, open it in the folder where it's saved. So you can use it as a thumbnail or a photo if you need. If you need to freeze a moment, that's how you do it. Just take a screenshot with this right here. And you can also record if you want, do a voiceover on the video, and expand this to full screen. If you want to watch, you've finished editing and you want to watch it all over again before you import, you can do that. So let's get down to the edits now themselves. And by the way, I hadn't mentioned, this is an older version of Filmora. They've gotten a newer one out, but I really prefer this one, so I haven't updated it. And the features are the same, by the way. The features are the same. The newer one, the older one, so don't worry about that. Whatever you learn here, you'll be able to implement on the newer version of Filmora. So here we go. This is media, is the files I've imported. Now if you want to do an background music on your video, just come to music. If you see this, it means it's not downloaded. You need to download it. For this you need to be online. I've downloaded a few, so I'll just click on one I've downloaded, then you add it to the project. Let me move myself a little bit. Okay, so you add it to the project, then you can double click on it to reduce the volume because you don't want whatever you're saying competing with the background music. So you can reduce the volume. Once you reduce your volume, you can just play this. to ensure that it matches well. So this is where you get your preview, you play, and just make sure everything is working out well. If you have another audio, for example, maybe you shot the video and you have a different audio file for that video and you still want to do background music, you can pull this here and add another audio file. Doesn't have to be music, another audio file to this. Then if you want to do a text opener, like I usually do, I'm sure you've already seen it on this video, you click on text right here, then you can choose an opener of your choice right here and edit it. I usually use this, so I'll just add that and then double click on it to be able to edit the text right here. And you can even click on advanced so that you can not just only edit the text, but you can edit at what point in the opener the text comes in, each of the texts. See, by dragging this. So for example, if you just come here and play the preview, it will show you how that will work. See, this one comes in first, then this, then this. If you want to align them, you can do that, have them all come in at the same time. So these are some of the things you can edit. You can edit how the text comes in, that's the animation. For example, if you want it to drop in like that, if you want it to just slide up, and so on. So you can play around with this to see what it can do. You can customize your text in terms of color, opacity, you can blur it, play around with this as well. I can't go into every single little detail, but if you want me to do that in another video, just let me know. So that's how you add your opener, and I'll say okay. And actually you can save this as a preset. What that usually does is, if you're using the same opener for almost all your videos, you don't need to edit it every single time. Just edit. If you're happy with it, save it as preset, name it, and then when you come to edit, now for example right now I'll just come to custom, and I've already saved this and add it, and there we go. It already has the details I usually put in. So that's how, one of the ways you can save the set. I also have the socials saved, so I just add them when I need to, so that I don't need to keep doing them all the time. And other texts you can add other than the opener. You can add a title, something like this, over your video. You can add lower thirds, slightly smaller at the bottom of the screen. You can add subtitles and add credits. And then that's it. And when you save your texts custom, they'll be here. So that's pretty much it on adding the text, the opener specifically. If you want to add, for example, have a logo. If you want to have a logo throughout your whole video, you want to brand it, you can come and add a text. For example, something like titles. Come and add that. Then double click on it. You can go to advanced. So say I don't even want any text on it, I just want to put in my logo. Just delete everything on it and then come and add an image right here and upload something. And there we go, my logo is in. Then I can position it if I want it at the very top. You can move it to position it accordingly. And that's it, and say okay. So if you want the logo to show up on the entire video, you can come and stretch this all the way to the end, and you'll have that logo show up on every frame in the video. See, right here. So that's how you add a logo. If you want to add regular text, let me just cut this and edit on this. I've already shown you how to add that. So if you want to add some more text, something at the bottom, maybe explaining, maybe you've said something and you want to highlight it, you can add text like that, and you can change this color right here as I said. Then if you notice, for example, it's not very visible, you can add a background to it, a shape, something like this. Then customize it to the size of the text and put it like this. And if you do the text first, then the background, it will come over the text. But you can change this right here. Just go to this icon at the very right corner and say move this to back, so that your text comes to the front. And then you can edit that accordingly as well. So you can resize it, you can change its color as well, and work with whatever you like. You can change its opacity so that it's not so doesn't cover anything on your video. You can make it lighter, darker, more opaque, and so on. So those are some of the things you can do with text. And you can always save that as a preset to use again later. So there we go. You can add text like that. Transitions usually come in. Actually, before I show you how to use the transitions, let me show you how to cut a piece of the video out. Just select, maybe you're watching the video, you realize this frame, at that point you want to cut something out, something you said or something you did or something that didn't make sense. It happens. It happens. So you can just highlight on that specific place, you can pause it and then cut. Click on the video and cut. If you don't select the video, it will cut everything, including the text and the background audio. So once you play and realize where that ends, where you want the cut to end, just pause it and then cut that. And once it's cut, you can select it and just click delete, either here or on your keyboard. So delete that, and once you delete a frame, you'll come to realize that it doesn't exactly flow very well. Watch this. It looks like a skip. So if you want to do away with that, or if you want to combine two videos, that's where the transition comes in. You use a transition. You can do something like fade. This is what that would look like. Fades in and out. You can use dissolve. Let me show you what that would look like as well. Just watch. In the preview here, so you can use any of this. There are so many you can use. I'm sure you've seen them in my videos. Check them out, they're really cool. So those are the transitions you can use. You can use filters. Filters are like your phone basically. What the filters on your phone, they have the same effect. You can do black and white. You can play around with them and see what each one of them does. So you can use filters just like your phone. Just play around with them and see what you like. Then overlays, also like the filters, just a frame around your video. For example, watch this. So that's the overlay, this right here. And as always, you can play around with this and just reduce, basically just reduces the frame, as you can see. That's all you can do with this actually. So that's the overlay. There are a lot to choose from. Just download and use them. And then elements. Let's go to elements. Elements, I'm very sure you've seen me use them also. If you want to put something over your video like this love heart, you can just click on it and add it to the video, then resize it accordingly. And here we go. So I've deleted the love hearts. Like I said, to delete, you can just highlight it right here and just click delete, or just delete on your keyboard. Then you can add any other element you want. There's a lot to choose from. I usually have my favorite one that I add, which is this. Hold on, give it a thumbs up. I usually like to add this thumbs up element. And while we are at it, just give this video a big thumbs up. Come on, your girl is teaching you stuff. Give this video a thumbs up. So this is what this looks like. Okay. And it's animated already, so you can resize it and move it to position it where you want. So while we are on that note, give this video a big thumbs up, guys. Give it a thumbs up. You're learning a lot of things. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you. And subscribe if you haven't. Then the split screen, if you have two videos, you want them to play at the same time concurrently, you can use the split screen and then come and add whatever video you want to add for each screen. Okay, so let's say I add this. There we go. I've added the split screen, so I can drop the first video here on the first one and then the second one there. See? And you can mute one and play one audio, or mute both. So here we go. I've never actually used this before. I tried to use it, but didn't really make sense for the video. So today we are here to do the that's the split screen. Let me say, okay, that's the split screen, and that's pretty much it. This is to undo, you know that, to redo, to edit, to cut, I've shown you how to cut, and to delete. There's nothing else here to use. I've already taken you through all this. And now to export. Once you've finished editing your video, you're happy with it, you've watched it to the end, and it's exactly what you want, then you export it to convert it to an MP4 file right here. It's saying I'm offline. Don't worry about that. So you can convert it to any of these formats, whatever you're looking for. Usually most popular is the MP4. You can use it on YouTube, Facebook, and most of the platforms. And then come and name your video. This is showing my last edit. If you haven't watched my last video, this is it. Go and watch it on my channel. Thank you very much. Then choose the folder you want to save it to. Then the rest, the settings, there's not much you really need to change. Unless this is at 44100, put it to 4800 for high quality audio and just say okay. Everything else, just leave it as it is in the default settings. It will be fine. And then export. And this is what it will show you. You can pause the export midway. You can resume. You need to hibernate your machine, then come back and continue later, and then resume when you're back. I'll cancel this because I'm not actually rendering this. And that's how you edit a video with Filmora. That's how you edit it. If you're happy with this video, if you've learned something new, if you want to learn more, comment below, let me know. And as always, give this video a very big thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, if you're able to follow the directions. Let me know in the comment section as well, and like the video. If you've gotten this far into the video, just like the video. You've already committed this far. Just give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoy this kind of content and you'd like to see more of this. And if you haven't, kindly click the subscribe button somewhere around here. Click that subscribe button down there to get, and click the bell button to get notifications when I put out new videos so that you do not miss out. Click the bell button, go to my channel, check out my older videos, don't be shy, and follow me on social media to stay up to date with what's happening in case I can't post it on YouTube, which in most cases I usually do. But if you want to follow me, have a connection, talk to me, DM me, tell me what you would like to see on this channel. I'm open to suggestions. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.